Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or evening. Today I'll be talking to you about two cities affected by World War II, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Here you see both cities are successful with booming populations and cultures as vibrant as ever. But in this slide, you see the disaster zones with devastating totals of loss of life from when President Harry S. Truman ordered the nuclear strikes in 1945. Hiroshima was established during the Azuchi Momoyama period in 1589 by Mori Terumoto. During the Edo period, from 1603 to 1867, Hiroshima was well known for its multitude of castles. After 1867, during the Meiji era of 1868 to 1912, it became a seat of government and was a city of schools and shopping areas. By the 1920s, at the end of the Taisho era from 1912 to 1926, and into the Showa area from 1926 to 1989, military facilities had grown so much that the already heavy industries were converted into military production. Nagasaki used to be just a small fishing village until 1543 when Portuguese traders first began trading with Japan. In 1663 they experienced the Great Fire of Nagasaki, which burned over half of the city. Due to its access to waterways, Hiroshima was a major port for military shipping, and before the bombing they had reached a population of over 300,000. On April 6, 1945, the first nuclear atomic bomb was dropped just after 8 a.m. Estimated immediate deaths totaled about 70,000 people, and within a year death totals were between 90,000 and 166,000. Nagasaki had been victimized by 5 small air raids, which generated enough concern to evacuate many school-aged children. Due to this, the estimated population had dropped to 263,000, and estimated deaths were only at 35,000. The reconstruction of Hiroshima began immediately, and within hours of the bombing, lights were brought back to working order. Since that day, Hiroshima has been titled a city of peace and has become a desirable location for international conferences. In Nagasaki, however, reconstruction was much slower. They focused on replacing military factories with economic boosters such as foreign trade, shipbuilding, and fishing, and eventually grew to a once again prosperous city. Both cities have since memorialized their ground zeros, and for the first time in over 70 years, a United States President, Barack Obama, visited on D-Day to commemorate the event. The cultures of Hiroshima is still bright and vibrant as ever, having celebrated many festivals throughout the year. For instance, the Hana no Mawari Michi in mid-late April is the viewing of the cherry blossoms. Hiroshima Flower Festival from May 3rd to 5th is the memorial of Hiroshima during Golden Week. The Yukata Festival and Tokusan Festival on June 2nd through 4th are days to wear your best yukata and start the Yukata Festival in memory of the city's history. The Firefly Festival in June or July is when people enjoy nature and watch fireflies. Hiroshima Peace Memorial The Hiroshima Peace Memorial Ceremony, August 6th, in memory of the atomic bomb victims. The lantern floating ceremony, also August 6, is when thousands of lanterns are set afloat in the rivers with prayers. The Ebizuko Festival, November 18th through the 20th, is a festival to pray for good business to the god of merchants, Ebizuko. In Nagasaki, the Hitomato Festival is a fishermen's festival to celebrate the fishing industry of the area, usually celebrated on January 16th. The Nagasaki Lantern Festival is celebrated on the Chinese New Year. The Konaki Sumo literally is a crying baby contest in which sumo wrestlers will hold young children, usually infants, and whichever one cries first wins the contest. The Nagasaki Bayside Festival includes decorated boat racing on the fourth Saturday and Sunday of July. Memorial Day of the atomic bombing is on August 9th. Tsutomu Yamaguchi is the only officially recognized person to have survived both the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He was in Hiroshima on business from the Mitsubishi car industry when their bombing occurred. He returned back to Nagasaki to go back to work, only to be bombed again. He was 29 at the time of the bombings and lived to be 94. Informational text over the Hiroshima bombing includes the book Hiroshima by John Hersey.